We're obviously dealing with our lawyers. The top lawyers in the country, Mishcon Derea, are working on it with our HR team. They say that we can change the contracts and add it in there. It's an employer's right to protect and look after their employees on an health and safety law. And that's what we're doing. We're going to add it to the contract that we strongly suggest, recommend that if you're in a position to have the vaccine, then have it. We think it's the way forward, but you have a choice. You don't have to sign. Of course you don't have to sign.
What does strongly suggest mean? Are you going to take on, for instance, a new young plumber if he says, I'm not going to get the vaccination? Or would you not take him on if he says, I'm not going to have it?
We won't, in the future, once the vaccination is circulated correctly or around there, we won't be taking on anybody that hasn't had the vaccination. And again, that's their choice. They don't have to have it.
So Charlie, just to be clear, you will not take people on unless they've had the vaccination in the future?
In the future, once it's circulated and it's out there for everybody, we're not prepared to send an engineer to a customer's house from a safety point of view, and we're also not prepared to bring people into the building that have not been vaccinated.
Okay. And are your clients nervous about your plumbers coming in? Is this, you're doing this for the client or for the health and safety of your employees?
Well, for both. I mean, safety is the priority here from a staff point of view and from a customer's point of view. And, I'll ask you the question, Andrew. I'll send you a plumber. Do you want one that's had the vaccination or one that ain't?
No. I know. I completely understand where you're coming from, but you are actually discriminating against somebody.
No, I'm not.
Okay, is that what the lawyers have said? So
of course I have.
No, but you are discriminating in a way, aren't you? Though, because you're saying you can't work with us unless you have this.
Yeah, well, what I'm saying is that we need to protect our employees and all other people that are working with the company under health and safety law. It's our right to point out that there's people need to have this immunisation, whatever you call it. And it's available out there. It's like saying some of the nurses and doctors, they all have to have certain injections to do the job they're doing. What difference is it saying to somebody who wants to work for you, you need to have this vaccination on the basis that we believe it's going to help stop spreading the virus and make people feel safer and happy? I mean, airlines, Andrew, are working now on the basis of saying you can't get on the plane unless you've had a vaccination. So are people going to... Is that discriminating?
I know an awful lot of people who therefore will not get on an airplane again, and they're extremely concerned about that. I just wondered, I mean, I don't actually know how you know that. Are they working on those plans in aviation? What about theatres? What about public space? Is it going to be, and should it be mandatory in society to have the vaccination? That's a wider question.
Yeah. Yes, I actually think that's what it's going to lead to. I mean, 3 or 4 months down the line, quite a lot of the population will have already had the vaccination. So it's not going to be the big thing. Nobody's being forced into it. The government at the moment are offering it to the people that are out there. And if they don't want it, don't have it. But I think the EU leaders are actually drawing up something now on the basis... Well, I know you say you're nodding your head the other way, but...
No, it wasn't to do with that.
Oh, anyhow, sorry. They're drawing up at the moment a way to restart foreign travel, and they say the way to restart it is to have a vaccine passport.
Yeah.
And the other thing, Andrew, to add in there, if and when it comes available more, the vaccine, as a company, we're prepared to pay for all our employees to have it done privately in a company's time. We pay for them, and we're not trying to jump the queue here, but if it does become available privately, I would happily pay for all of our staff if they want to have it done. Obviously, elderly, vulnerable, frontline workers are in front of us.